years ago, in a quiet village surrounded by dense forests and red sandpaths, a strange man arrived just before the rainy season. He wore dark clothes, walked with a limp, and dragged a rusty box behind him. Nobody knew where he came from, and he didn't speak to anyone. But the next morning, a brand new barber shop appeared in the middle of Igbo Oro, a shop nobody saw being built. It was odd. The villagers called it Afin Iron, Palace of Hire. The walls were made of polished clay mixed with charcoal. The roof was shiny black zinc, and two big cow horn symbols were fixed on both sides of the door. The man who opened the shop said his name was Abi Ferin. He had no family, no greetings, no smile, just gloves, sharp clippers, and a strange calmness. But this wasn't where the real story began. It started with Adedayo, a 17-year-old boy, whose mother's name was Iya Moreniki, and whose father, Baba Fatai, had died the year before. But more importantly, it started with Adedayo's stepmother, Ajoke, a woman with a loud mouth, a quick hands, and a deep hatred for anything not hers. Before Afin Irun came, the only Baba in the village was old Baba Ogunlana, who cut hair under a mango tree beside the stream. His hands were shaky, but his blessings were strong. Boys who visited him always did well in school and in life. Some even said he whispered prayers into their heads after every haircut. Adedayo was one of those boys, but things changed when Baba Ogunlana's hands started failing him. His eyes became dim, and soon he stopped cutting hair. The village boys walked around with rough heads, and nobody knew what to do. Then came Abifaren, and things were never the same. "See this useless boy," Ajoke shouted one Saturday morning. "Your hair is rough like a bush rat. Go and barb it now, before I slap sense into your head." "But Mama," Adedayo said, "Baba Ogunlana is not cutting again." "Then go to the new shop. Abi, you want to disgrace me? You think people will say you're fatherless or that your mother is poor? Go to that fine shop. They say the man cuts well." "But," Adedayo hesitates, "don't bot me. Take this 1,000 naira and go now. Or I'll cut it with kitchen knife myself." Adedayo didn't want to go. But in that house, Ajoki's voice was like thunder. His real mother, Iya Morenike, had died after childbirth, and Ajoke was now his father's second wife. She never showed him love. The moment Adedayo entered Afin Irun, something felt wrong. The inside was cold. There were no windows, only mirrors on all four walls. A single lantern burned dim in the corner, even though it was bright outside. Abifarin didn't greet. He just pointed at the chair. "Sit!" Adedayo sat. Without asking what style he wanted, Abifarin wrapped a black cloth around his neck, placed a warm towel on his face, and started cutting. The clippers didn't buzz like normal. They made no sound. Adedayo felt sleepy, too sleepy for no reason. And as the clipper touched the back of his head, he felt something like a whisper in his ears, but he couldn't hear it clearly. He tried to speak, but his tongue felt heavy. When Abifarin finished, Adedayo looked in the mirror. His head looked perfect. Sharp edges, smooth fade, clear face. But something felt wrong deep inside. He paid and walked out, his steps light, his brain foggy. That night, he couldn't sleep. His ears kept ringing. At 2 a.m., he saw a shadow in the mirror, a reflection of himself that moved slightly slower. He blinked. His reflection blinked 3 seconds after. He screamed. Ajoke rushed in. "Why are you shouting like a mad goat? I saw something." "You're looking for attention. Next time I'll flog the ghost out of your eyes." Days passed, and Adedayo became quieter. He started forgetting things. His name, where he put things, even how to pray. He refused to look into mirrors. He tied a scarf over his head and avoided school. Then one evening, a boy called Sonkami ran into the village square naked, shouting, "My head is burning. He took my dreams. He took it." The villagers caught him. His head had strange symbols drawn with thin blade lines. His mother fainted when she saw it. That's when suspicion began. Ajok still shouted, "Leave all these superstitions, all this noise for haircut. Go and read your books, Jare." But Iya Morenike's cousin, Mama Yetunde, visited and saw Adedayo. "Who cut his hair?" she asked. "That new man," Ajoke said. The woman stared at Adedayo's head and whispered, "You people have played with fire." The next day, the village priest, Baba Ifayemi, called a meeting. This is not ordinary. That shop was never built by hand. Nobody saw bricks. Nobody saw workers. But it's there. And now our sons are becoming mad one after the other. He paused. Someone should go and check the shop now. But when they got there, it was gone. The building had vanished. All that remained was dry grass and red earth, as if nothing had ever stood there. Adedayo collapsed that night, shaking and mumbling. In a voice that was not his, they rushed him to Baba Ifayemi. They laid Adedayo on the shrine mat. 4 elders held him down. Baba Ifayemi lit 7 herbs and whispered incantation. Adedayo started laughing a wicked laughter, old and strange. Then he spoke. "We took his crown. He walked into our altar by himself. We didn't force him. The woman sent him." The nagging one. Everybody turned to Ajoke. "What have you done?" one elder asked. Ajoke broke down crying. "I didn't know. I just wanted him to look good." But the spirit inside Adedayo laughed again. "He has seen the mirror world. He cannot return unless..." "Unless what?" Baba Ifayemi asked. There was silence. Then the spirit said, "Unless the crown is returned." For 7 nights they prayed. On the 7th night, Adedayo stood and said, "I saw a room full of mirrors. I saw others like me, boys trapped, watching." Baba Ifayemi asked, "Where is this place?" Adedayo replied, "Hilltop House, the abandoned mud house near the evil forest." The villagers rushed there the next morning. Inside, they found hundreds of boys' photos pasted on the wall. Photos of boys with clean-shaven heads. On the floor was a pile of burnt hair and a cracked mirror in the center. But Abi Farin wasn't there. Only his gloves remained, smoking. The villagers sealed the place with palm fronds and poured anointing oil over the earth. They banned all outside barbers. Ajoke, filled with shame and guilt, left the house and never returned. Weeks passed. Adedayo slowly returned to himself, but he never stayed long near mirrors again. His grandmother, Mama Yetunde, now cut his hair with a razor and coconut oil under the mango tree, where Baba Ogunlana used to sit. And every time before cutting, she would whisper, "Your head is your crown. May no hand steal it again." Moral lessons. Not every shiny thing is good. Beware of attractive things without roots. Listen to your inner voice. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Nagging and pressure can destroy destinies. Use your words to build, not to scatter. The head is sacred. Spiritually, the head carries destiny. Protect it. Ask questions before trusting strangers. Know who you let into your life. There is power in prayers and traditions. Don't abandon the ways of wisdom. If this story touched you, please subscribe to our channel for more African tales filled with mystery, life lessons, and deep suspense.